Okay, there we go. There we go. All right. Let's jump right into it. So I actually had this big, huge thing planned out today that I was going to do. I was actually going to go ahead and teach, which I didn't really want to do today. But at the last minute, I kind of changed it up a little bit. And I think I'm going to go over the process of, I'm still going to do some teaching, definitely, but I'm going to go ahead and go over the process of evaluating different markets. So like, for example, Austin, Texas, Atlanta, Georgia, Miami, et cetera, et cetera. But let me see. Let me go ahead and click on this here, get this thing going. All right. So if you haven't had a chance to check out the Facebook group, I posted it in the chat. Go ahead and check it out. Nobody's really posted anything on there except for me. So if you have anything that you're working on, if you have any issues, any questions or anything, definitely go ahead and post that in the Facebook group. That's why it's there. We're kind of there. It's kind of there to help everybody and to make sure that everybody is, if they come across issues, to make sure we're able to resolve the issues and help other people too, because sometimes you may have a question or something you may not think of, and then you'll be in the Facebook group and you'll see it and you're like, oh, okay, I didn't think of that. So yeah, go ahead and post anything if you have any questions or anything. And remember, this group is a group that I created to help everybody along the short-term rental arbitrage journey. I guess was what you could say. And as you're going through that journey, you may or may not have issues. I'm pretty confident that you'll have issues. So as you're having those issues, make sure you post that in the Facebook group, and also make sure you come to these bi-weekly events that we have. Okay, I want to go ahead and move on to the next section, which is the deals section. So who has any deals or who is looking for something? You want to always remember that real estate investing, whether it be short-term rental arbitrage or anything, is always about looking for the other piece of your puzzle. And what I mean by that is there's somebody somewhere that has the other piece of what you're looking for. So you want to make sure that let people know what it is that you're looking for so they can help you find it. And what I'm looking for is I'm looking for money. Now, I know we're all looking for money, but what I'm looking for is people who have IRA, 401k, savings accounts they're tired of making that 0.01% interest, and they want something that's backed by real estate. I am looking for partners. If you're interested in investing here in Nashville, definitely go ahead and reach out to me. I'm going to go ahead and post my email address in the chat here. And if you have anything, or if you want to invest, let me know. I'll go ahead and do that now while I'm thinking about it, and make sure that I do this right this time, because last time I didn't post the right email address. Here we go. I'm not going to mess this up this time. I'm determined. Here we go. Okay, there it is. It should be in the chat. It is tnrealestatedeals@gmail.com. So just reach out to me if you have anything. Here we go. So anybody have any deals that they're working on? If you do, go ahead and raise your hand or type in the chat if you have something. What we're looking for is properties that could be done as a short-term rental, on like a lease or a subject to type thing. Or if you even have any listings, if you're a realtor and you have MLS listings, we'll do those too. Looks like Rosalind does. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and we'll unmute you, Rosalind, and we'll see. Here we go. All right. Rosalind, are you there? I'm not doing this right for some reason.
Okay. Hello, can you hear me now?
Okay, yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, good evening. Nice to meet you, though. Yeah, I have an apartment close to me here, 4 bedroom and a 3 bath.
Okay.
It goes for 2,600 monthly. So does it worth it for me to go ahead and start the renting, the short-term renting?
Well, is it already rented out right now?
No, not yet.
Okay. Yeah, I would go ahead and do it. You have a lease in place.
Yes.
There is a form that you probably want to get signed. It's in the kit that I have, which I'm going to go ahead and post that as well. But as long as the person who's leasing that property to you knows, kind of knows what you're doing, then you should be okay.
Yeah, I told the landlord I'm gonna use it for Airbnb, and
Okay.
it's okay.
Because I know some people will probably say that you can't, nobody would agree to that or something like that. But there's actually people out there that will agree, and we'll let you do it. You just have to ask them.
Okay. So is the monthly rentage is it not too high? I'm like 2,600 is a bit high because I don't know if customers are gonna or clients are gonna patronize my business since this is my first time.
Well, I'm going to go over that in a couple of minutes on how to evaluate the properties, and we're going to see. We'll see if that one is
Okay.
profitable or not.
Okay.
So you can just shoot me the address, either in the chat or just DM me, and then I'll evaluate it, and then I guess we can kind of go from there. Okay. Anybody else have anything that they are, any deals that they're working on, or anything that they have right now? Okay, it looks like no one else, so we're gonna go ahead and okay. Brittany says, I'm in the process of securing a lease, corporate lease for a traveling nurse. Okay. Well, that's good. That's good that you're in the process of it. Yeah, I would say just keep on going along with it. Corporate leasings are probably the way to go. And like I said, as long as you have the proper form, you guys should be okay. But I would definitely make sure that you have that addendum. That's what it's called. Yes. I had it in front of me and I lost it. Where did I put that thing at? I'm always losing these things. Why? But I'm going to go ahead and I think this is it, actually. Okay. That was actually not the right thing I was looking for. At all. I don't know why I keep doing that. Okay, we're looking for one of these days. I'm going to post this and it's going to be awesome. Today is just not that day though. Okay, so as soon as I find this, I can post it in the chat. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and post this. Here it is right here. I posted it in the chat. There it is. And what am I doing? Hold on, I posted the wrong link. Let me post the other link. Okay. Let's try this one more time. There we go. So there it is right there. I currently have it on sale. It is $98. I know it's breaking the bank for some people, but for all the stuff that's in there, I feel like I'm kind of giving it away for that. And it has everything you need for the most part. I may add some videos to that at some point, but for now, this is pretty much it. So it has the form that you need. It is a addendum that you're going to attach to whatever lease that you sign, and that therefore it keeps everything, you know, above board, and that they can't come back and say, well, I didn't agree to let you guys do short-term rentals in this property, blah 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 blah, even though they can still do that technically. It's just a nice thing to have. So all that's in there. So let's go ahead and dive into today's topic, and that is how to evaluate these properties. And I believe that Rosalind posted one here. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Let me see if I can do this here without messing everything up again. Okay, here we go. Waiting for that. Okay, so the first one on our list is going to be AirDNA. There's actually two main ones that you want to use. You want to use AirDNA and you want to use VRBO. You want to go ahead and post both of these in the chat for everybody. As soon as they load, eventually, here we go. So I went ahead and posted that one. And what's the other one? The other one is airdna.co, but I'm trying to get the link. I don't want to tell you guys something and it not be the right thing. Here we go. Okay. Making sure I put the right links. So it's AirDNA and data.ravu.com. That's why we didn't get the right link. So I went ahead and posted both of those in the chat, but we're going to go over it. So, and I'm going to go ahead and share my other screen here. Okay, so here we go. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to go over this property. Three, 4, 4. Okay, you didn't put how many bedrooms it is. I'm going to assume that it is, we just say it's 1 bedroom for now. You definitely want to make sure that you have number of bedrooms and bathrooms, because that does kind of make a difference.
I thought you said 4.
Oh yeah, it was 4. Sorry about that. Okay, so let me go. My internet is going super slow today. Why is it doing this? Oh, I know why. Because I'm streaming right now, and that's probably why. All right, 4 bedrooms. So apparently when you host a Zoom and also you do this, it does slow down your internet. So maybe one day it'll load. Here we go. I think it's load. Okay. So it looks like the projection is going to be $29.84 a month, 40% occupancy. And looks like their market is real similar to our market here, where January and February are kind of slow months. The tourist season, or the touristy season, I guess, doesn't really pick up until June, August. So a lot of people, what they'll do is they'll go ahead and look at this right here and say, oh, look, this property makes $5,000 a month. No, it doesn't. what you have to account for is these seasons right here: January, February, November, December. And what you want to do is you really want to go for like a 50% occupancy and look at the daily average rate. So the daily average rate looks like it is $169. So let me bust out the old calculator here. See, don't know if you guys can see that. I don't think you can. But you guys can do it on your phone or whatever. If you take 169 times 15, because there's 30 days in a month, so we'll say 15% occupancy, 50% occupancy. Will come out to about $2,500 on average. So what you have to look at is, can you still pay that monthly rent or mortgage if you own the property and utilities with that amount? So can you still make the monthly rent payment and utilities with $250 or $2,500 a month on average? And that's what you have to look at. Now, if you go a little bit over, like let's say, for example, you tally up everything and it comes out to $2,600 a month, and the average monthly rate is $2,500, you're still good. You're still within that ballpark. But if it's like something like $3,000, for example, with all your utilities and everything, then it may not be a good deal, and maybe something that you have to pass up on. And let me see. There's some other cool features in here too. If you look at the comparables, you can look at other people's properties and see, what they have their properties listed for. Their average daily rate is 131. Theirs is 117. And we can include or exclude them. So, for example, if this is an apartment, then what we may want to do is exclude the houses. The houses typically go for more than apartments. That's just how it is. But let's see. We'll go ahead and look at this one. I like to look at the competition and see what it is they're doing. That's just the kind of person that I am, See how they're doing it. Looks like they have they're like a nice little setup, You may want to incorporate some of these things in your listing as well. Like if they have this one doesn't have it, but if they had like gaming system or something like that there, you may want to include that. Another thing you may want to include also in your listings is the internet speed. That's a huge thing for some people who are working remotely, or like for example, if you're a traveling nurse or you're IT professional, that makes a huge difference actually, because there is times where I will not want to stay at a property that has slow internet. So that's a huge one. You may just want to go ahead and post the router, and post also the internet speed in your listing. Okay, does anyone have any questions before I move on? Anybody? Right, anybody have any questions? Okay. So that was VRBO. Let's try AirDNA. Now, I think with AirDNA, you have to have a subscription, but we're going to try it anyway. Yeah, unfortunately, you do. And I used to have one with AirDNA. I no longer have it. So, oh well. Let's look at some other markets here. We're going to look at, I had some pulled up and look. Okay, we're not ready yet. Let me see. Let's look up Miami. Let's look at Miami. I'm just curious to see. We're gonna go with 3 bedrooms. Let's see what we got. This is not the fastest thing in the world today. I wish I'd known this. I would have went ahead and took screenshots, but I did not. Let me do this real quick. Remember, if I stop sharing the screen, it'll load faster. Okay, there it goes. But let me go ahead and do this as well. Here we go. So I actually went ahead and did one of these in Microsoft Word. Here we go. This is it. This is it. Okay. So here is, why is this thing doing this? Okay, there we go. Okay. So here's Microsoft Word, and here's some that I went ahead and took a screenshot of. Some properties here. So as we can see, occupancy rate is about 65. For the sake of argument, I always like to say this, that it's going to be 50. But when you're looking for markets outside of the market that you live in, you typically want to go for something that is 70% or above, as far as occupancy rate is concerned. You don't really want to go for anything that's super low. And the reason why this is low is because this is in a part of the city that is not very touristy. Because if you look, at these right here, this is above 70, this is above 70, and it's in the same city. So you got to look at the area, as well. Different areas have different occupancy rates. So if we look, looks like, see, 28 days average rented, and it was going for about 3,800 a month in total income. So then what you would do is you would go ahead and look at the what the property is renting for, or what it would be, what the rent is, and then you factor in utilities, like, for example, $100 for what electricity, or $200. I don't know how it is in some other places, but that's usually what it runs here. And then you look at your internet, bill, and water. Those are the big 3. And so you look at all that and tally it up in Excel and make sure that it does not go over this number here, because you do want to make a profit at the end of the day. And it's not the most complicated thing in the world to do. It's just very time consuming. And so it's not very complicated. You just have to really just get in here, play around with VRBO, get used to the interface. I guess that's the biggest thing. And then just go for it. Okay, does anyone have any questions before I continue? Anybody? Okay. Looks like no one has any questions. What did I want to say in closing? Well, let me do this. Because there is one thing I wanted to mention. I forgot what it was. Well, the main thing is that you really just want to go in and just play around with VRBO. That's the main point I want to make. And make sure that make sure you know what your expenses are, and make sure that you're not getting hit with any kind of other fees too. Like, well, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, there is something I want to mention that's very important. You want to make sure that when you're acquiring your properties, that you're not getting involved with HOAs, and you're not getting involved with management companies. That's a huge one. And the reason why I can say that is because some management companies will let you do it. Some leasing offices will let you do it, and then they'll change companies because that's how apartment buildings are. And then next thing you know, the new management comes in and they tell you, no, you can't do it. And then, it's not the end of the world when that happens, but it's just annoying. So, all right. Before we log off here, it's like it's going to be a short night. Before we go, is there anything else anyone has? Any other questions or anything? No? Okay.
Yes, I have question, please.
Oh, okay.
What's the best approach in order to get a quick yes? What I mean is that for weeks now, I've been contacting so many agents.
Yep.
So I've been getting no. So I'm like, Jesus.
Yeah, you're gonna get a lot of no's. I would say that usually I average around one no or one yes for every 20 no's. And you're gonna have a lot of people that are just interested in it and they just want to hear more. And then once they hear more, they're gonna be like, yeah, I don't know if I want to do that or not. But there's not really an approach you can do. It's just trial and error. And just know that the majority of people are probably going to say no, but it doesn't take very many of these to replace your current income. Like 4 or 5 of these, things that you going at once would be enough to make a pretty good living. Because I just showed the example right here of, let me put my screen back on so I can show you guys. Okay. So like, for example, this is an oceanfront 1-bedroom property in Miami. Let me choose a better location though. I'm just going to choose like a regular location that nobody really cares about. Well, anyway, you get the idea. So like, for example, the revenue on this one's $1,200 a month. Okay. It doesn't take very many of these to make a pretty good income. As you can imagine, 12 times 4 is, pretty substantial income a month. So then you get the idea. And just because you live in one state, like Virginia, for example, or Nashville, or, Austin, you don't necessarily have to get all yours in the same market. As a matter of fact, I would highly advise you not do that because as you saw, it's very seasonal in some markets. So you may want to find a market that is the opposite of your market. For example, when it's January and February here in this city, in Orlando, where my brother lives, it's busy. And then it kind of flips as the year goes on. Like in July and August, it's dead there. But that's our busy season. So you kind of want to get a property in places that are the opposite, so you can have an income coming, all year round, have steady income, I guess, and they'll balance each other out. So that's something that you want to look out for. And let's see, anybody else? Any other questions? Nope. Okay. Well, if you have any questions, of course, you can post them in the Facebook group. And go ahead and check out the kit that I have. I posted it in the chat. And I think that's it. So you guys have a good night. And I'll see you guys in the next meeting.
All right. Thanks, Wayne.
All right. Take care.
Thank you.